What if God was simply the first tyrant? The first voice powerful enough to make obedience feel like truth. You have met smaller versions of him. The parent whose certainty ends every argument. The boss whose opinion becomes policy. The institution that calls obedience a virtue. Now place that pattern in heaven. Nearly 2,000 years ago, some Christians did. They believed the Creator could build a world, issue laws, punish disobedience, and still misunderstand his place in reality. The jar buried in Egypt preserved their answer. So did a bishop who tried to destroy it. Together, those fragments reveal a war over the identity of God himself. At its center stands an ancient text called the Secret Book of John. The Creator looks across everything he has made and declares himself the only God. Then something answers from outside his creation. You are wrong. His deepest sin is ignorance. He has never seen what exists above him. He never realized his power was borrowed. His name is Yaldabaoth. If divine authority can be mistaken, obedience proves only one thing: how far its power can reach. In 1945, a sealed jar was reportedly broken open near Nag Hammadi, Egypt. Inside were ancient books. Some pages may have burned before anyone understood what they were. 13 leather-bound codices survived. No one returned for them. The discovery story has blurred through retelling. The mystery has not. Someone hid these writings, and for 15 centuries they remained silent. During that silence, their enemies spoke for them. Irenaeus, a powerful bishop, wrote an attack meant to destroy their ideas. Instead, he preserved their outline. Then the buried books answered him. They contained gospels, revelations, and competing versions of creation. They argued with one another. There was no single Gnostic church and no common creed. One suspicion kept returning. The visible order of the world had stolen the name of God. In the secret book of John, ultimate reality exists beyond any throne. Immeasurable, invisible, impossible to contain in a name. From this divine fullness, the Pleroma, spiritual beings emerge. The Pleroma is reality before the fracture. Among its beings is Sophia. Her name means wisdom. Sophia brings forth something by herself. The result appears misshapen, cut off from the harmony that produced her. She hides it inside a cloud. The hidden child is Yaldabaoth. He carries power taken from his mother without recognizing its source. He produces rulers called Archons. The Archons are administrators of the lower world. Together, they construct material reality. Yaldabaoth sees only what he has made. His supremacy feels logical because his horizon is incomplete. He declares himself the only God. The myth then turns Genesis inside out. The rulers glimpse an image of the higher human and reproduce it. They shape Adam, but the body lies motionless. Through Sophia's intervention, Yaldabaoth breathes his spiritual power into the figure. Adam stands. The rulers immediately understand that their creation now carries something greater than they do. Humanity now carries a body assembled inside the lower order and a spark originating beyond it. The Gnostic reversal is complete. The problem in Eden is no longer simple disobedience. Knowledge exposes the ruler's limitations. The command around the tree begins to look like an attempt to control what humanity might discover. This belongs to one family of Gnostic texts. Other groups describe the Creator differently, vicious in some accounts, merely blind in others. The distinction matters. A cruel ruler knows what he is doing. Yaldabaoth cannot see far enough to understand what he has become. The Greek word Gnosis means knowledge. Here, it meant recognition. Imagine waking in a locked building with no memory of entering. Counting the bricks changes nothing. Everything shifts when you remember coming from outside. Gnosis was memory that broke obedience. The powers defining reality did not create the deepest part of the self. Their authority reaches the body, fear, and habit. It cannot manufacture the light it governs. For several Gnostic Christians, Jesus appeared primarily as a revealer. In the secret book of John, the risen Christ awakens memory and retells creation from the side of those trapped inside it. That shifts the emotional center of Christianity. Salvation occurs through awakening. The decisive movement is the moment a person sees the world's rulers, the self, and God differently. This belief could produce severe discipline, fasting, sexual renunciation, and rituals of purification. Other communities live differently. Hostile ancient writers accused opponents of shocking behavior, so dramatic claims require care. What survives most clearly is the pressure beneath the doctrine. People watch disease consume children, officials prosper through lawful violence, and animals survive by eating other animals. The Gnostic answer refused to make every wound part of a perfect design. It placed the fracture inside creation itself. There was no single night when Gnosticism was erased. The boundaries tightened gradually. Bishops defined legitimate teaching. Institutions gained property, political protection, and the authority to call one memory orthodox and another heretical. By the 4th century, Christianity, backed by imperial power, had a clearer canon and stronger public structure. Gnostic schools fragmented. Their books stopped being copied. A text can die when one generation simply fails to make the next copy. Why the Nag Hammadi codices were hidden remains unknown. They may have come from a nearby monastery during growing pressure against non-canonical books. The evidence provides no known culprit. There is another difficulty modern admirers sometimes avoid. Several Gnostic myths demoted the creator associated with Hebrew scripture during arguments over who could claim the God of ancient Israel. That move can carry an anti-Jewish edge. Calling it pure rebellion would sanitize the history. Gnostic systems could also become elitist. Secret knowledge tempts people to divide humanity into the awakened and the lesser. A movement attacking cosmic hierarchy can rebuild hierarchy inside its own room. The people who expose one form of authority do not automatically become immune to power. That may be the most human thing about this entire story. The ancient teaching ends here. Now the myth turns toward you. There is no evidence that Yaldabaoth manufactured matter, but you may work for him. He is the boss who mistakes a job title for intelligence, the parent who turns personal fear into your future, the institution that protects its rules after forgetting the people those rules were meant to serve. He is also closer. He is the voice inside you that calls a smaller life realistic. And he is inside your phone. Your feed studies yesterday's attention, predicts tomorrow's desire, then returns a narrower version of you. Scroll long enough, and repetition begins to feel like reality. The screen becomes a map drawn from your previous clicks. Yaldabaoth remains the authority trapped inside that map. He punishes whatever the map cannot explain. The Gnostics separated two qualities power constantly tries to merge: authority and wisdom. A command can shape your life without becoming true. A system can know your habits and remain ignorant of you. Their cosmology cannot be proven. Their accusation is harder to escape. Freedom begins when you hear the voice that named everything: God, parent, boss, algorithm, fear, and recognize its mistake. It confused reach with infinity. The world remains. Its claim over you weakens. Nothing disappears without a trace.